Yo people, welcome back to Ron's Tech Hub, and today I'm going to be showing you the D-Link power bank, which is a DP-201. This was a part of the propaganda that was on back of the D-Link charger, the DCP-651. So I'm just going to quickly do an unboxing and show you what it's like. Try charging a few devices. The thing I like about this is that it has a built-in display, so I can actually show the percentage of the battery left rather than trying to guess what the LEDs are trying to display. So just like before, I'm going to go around the box. At the front, as you can see, we have fast charging up to 65 watts, battery capacity 20,000 milliamps, which is quite good for me. This is going to be very useful for my holiday. A LED digital display. We have 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A. On the left hand side, we have the specs in different languages. On the right hand side, just some more details here again. At the top, nothing special. And at the back, we have all the propaganda again. It's just giving you an outline of all the things you can take with you on your holiday. So again, we have the travel router, which I do have. We have the 65 watt charger, which I do have. This is the power bank in the middle. There's also an SSD enclosure and a USB-C hub. I don't have the USB-C hub or the SSD enclosure, but the others I do have. And again, the same specs are on the front: 65 watt charging, LED display, 20,000 milliamp hour battery capacity, 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A. Now let's get inside the box. Single piece of tape here. I'm just going to cut through that piece there. Alright, so we have a single USB-C to USB-C cable. We have more paper in here, which I'm definitely not going to read, so this is just going to go in the bin at this point. And finally here we have the power bank itself. Quite hefty actually. I like the weight of this. It's not evenly distributed. I think the bottom is a bit heavier, so when I hold it in the middle, as you can see, it's tilting towards the bottom. There is a piece of protective plastic around it, so I'm going to just slide that off. And what we have here is a very shiny display at the top. Press the power button on the side. It shows us 74% at the moment. Ports are at the top. It's labeled in and then out. So what that tells me is I can charge this portable device using these 2 USB-C ports here, but I can only get power out using the middle one and the USB-A port on the right. I want to actually test if this one here does reverse charging as well, because it would kind of be a waste if we have a USB-C port on here that we cannot use to charge another device. Just to give you an example of what the weight is like, if I put it on the scale here, 410.6 grams, a decent amount of weight in here. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to try charging this. I'm going to plug this into my power over here, and I'm going to plug that into one of the in ports, which is going to be that first one. Let's see what happens. We have any lights, any displays? Yep, we have the display comes on to 74%. I'm going to leave that. Okay. Rather than having LEDs at the side flashing, we have the 4 flashing instead, which I'm guessing is an indicator that the 4 is going to be the value that changes next. So this was on 79, for example. I'm guessing the 7 would be flashing, and then the 7 would go up to an 8 to make it 80. There we have it, the 4 changed to a 5, so it does give a full proper indication of the percentage of the battery that's left. So that was from the first USB-C port here. I'm going to try this one as well, and let's see if it comes up. Yep, it charges with that one as well. Yep, that's flashing, so it charges with both of these USB ports here. What would be interesting is if we could actually charge from both of these ports at the same time to get extra power in quicker. I'm going to try it just to see what happens, but there's going to be no way for me to tell other than timing from 1% to another percent. All right, so that got to 77. I'm going to put the time on screen again for 75 to 76 and 76 to 77. What I'm going to try next is going to be a bit different. I want to see if it actually does increase the power draw if I plug in both of them at the same time. It might just be my mind telling me, but that didn't seem to move twice as fast when charging or move any faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use D-Link's own charger. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug the USB-C into one of that one there. I'm going to plug the USB-A into the one at the bottom. What that should do, let me also grab my power indicator, plug that in there. I want to see how much power is being drawn when I plug 1 in or versus when I plug 2 in. So I'm going to plug that into my socket there. And at the moment, let me change the mode from V to W. That gives me the watts, 0.5, 0.0. Okay, that seems all right. I'm going to plug in the first one now, which is going to be this one here. I'm going to plug it into the first port. Let's see what's happening. That started charging. That's on 26.7. Oh, it's gone up to straight to 65. Wow. Okay. So I guess I don't need to plug in the second one because this can actually deliver 65 watts fully. There's an extra icon here that shows a green lightning bolt, which means that this is going to charge much faster. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this get to 78 just to see how much quicker it was versus just using the normal cable. And again, I am getting my full 65 watts here. Already on 78%. I'm going to leave it a bit longer to get to 79. All right, already on 79%. So very good charger. I would say D-Link have designed these very well. This definitely does give 65 watts because this is a device independent of D-Link and it recorded 65.4, 65.5 watts when charging fully. What I'm going to do now is just use the normal cable. I don't know if this cable actually goes up to 65 watts, so I'm going to try it and see what happens. And I'm getting on here 11, 14. So I can confirm using just a normal plug, I will get roughly 14, 15 watts here. And this is going to take longer to charge now because again, it's dropping from 65 down to 14. So this is going to take 4 point something times longer for it to make a 1% change. I'm not going to let this get to 80 because I think I have enough data. So what you will need to do to get this charging fully is you will need to have a 65 watt charger so that this can max out at the 65 watt. I don't have a cable to check the maximum output wattage, so I'm just going to have to take D-Link's word on it that it can get to 65 watts. There's not much else to show on this but the size. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure so you have a rough idea. It was like 410 grams, I believe it was. So if you measure, that's roughly 6.5 centimeters across. The length of it is going to be roughly 14 centimeters and the thickness of it is going to be roughly 2.5 to 3 centimeters, I would say. So not a big device, but quite a heavy device. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour device. Here's my cheapo Tronik portable charger from Lidl. Let's see how much that weighs. So let me zero that and let's see what it weighs. This weighs roughly 239. So let's say 240 grams, whereas the D-Link one weighed 411 grams roughly. I guess the final thing to check would be to see if the cable included can actually do the full 65 watts. So let me grab my D-Link charger again, plug my D-Link charger in here, USB cable there, USB cable here, and let's see what we get. I missed out one thing. I need to put my power reader here so I can see what I'm getting. Change it over to watts, and with the with the cable included, I get above the 65 watts. I get 71 watts. So this cable is better than the cable that comes with my Pixel 8 Pro. I get 71 watts charging this device. So that's going to even be faster than the 65. Not noticeably faster to the eye, but over time it will move quicker. This is amazing. This is a really good cable actually. Really good charger, really good cable, and I'm guessing I haven't tested this fully yet, but a really good power bank. So D-Link, well done. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned, more incoming.